today I'm starting a new series. This is January 2025, first day of the year, and I decided I wanted to start a series on menu planning, meal planning, where I get my ideas from, and how I do it. Added on to this, I've got planned a little bit of a freezer cooking, that kind of thing, bulk cooking in bulk, things like that. And this is all going to be included in this one little series. So let me show you how I get started and kind of explain it as we look at it as I go along. Just a second. Alright, I've got several of these binders that I had picked up off of, at Walmart on clearance a few years ago. So this one is the one that I've got my menu planning in. Now, I've got various pages, and we'll look at each of them briefly. And I've got plenty of these sheet protectors. I have these sheet protectors that I had picked up because I play piano at church, and I have sheet protectors that plenty of these that we're no longer using because the glare. See how it's got a glare on it, and the lights, we can't see our music because there's too much glare, so I switched to a matte finish. So I've got so many of these that this is where I'm using them. So this is kind of a one-page glance at various meal options that my daughter and I both like, that I can just pull from this. But I've got things broken down in a different way throughout this book, the binder. But so what I do is, originally what I did was I wrote down things. I just sat down in my computer and made on a Word document, just started typing out items that I know we like, and just kind of made a list. And then I decided to break it down by categories. But another thing that I did was I told my daughter, and you can do this with everybody in your household, give me a list. You make a list of all the things you like to eat, all the things that you might want to try. So you just make a list, and then you combine it. When you get everybody gives you their list, and then you combine it and you make something like this, and then do it like I do it. I'll show you here in a minute. But another way to do it is to sit around the table and kind of brainstorm and talk about it. Well, like Dad says, well, I like to have this, 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 and then that makes, the son say, oh yeah, I want this, but I also want this, So brainstorming is another good way to come up with the food items. So this is just kind of a general, and y'all, this is an ongoing, changing type of thing. I've already got to change this one because, let's see, let's see, what have I got on here? Meatloaf. I made this for years. It's all it is, y'all. It's just meatloaf, and instead of baking it in a loaf pan, I bake it in a muffin tin, and it cooks quicker. So yeah. But then my daughter comes to me a few months ago and says, I don't like meatloaf anymore. So I've got to take that off. So this is, this thing just kind of ongoing changes happen. So this is just kind of a one page of some of our most favorite things that we have. Now over here, I broke it down. I just listed my meal types, the various meal types that I like to cook. And then I've got under those, I haven't even completed all this, y'all. Over here we've got casseroles that we like. And then over here I've got snacks and appetizers that I like to cook. And then salads and salad dressings here. And here we are at soups and stews. And then I decided to go into various categories, like on main dishes. This is a page of ground beef dishes that I make. And again, I got to take that off because my daughter, there's no point in me making it if she's not going to eat it. And a lot of this is keto friendly. See, this faux spaghetti, faux hamburger helper. This hamburger helper would be with cauliflower instead of pasta, and this would be with spaghetti squash. So there's my little ground beef list, And like I said, I've got this saved in my computer so I can add to it or take it away and then just replace this sheet with a new one. And then on this one, we've got chicken, all the different chicken. And you see I've got over here chicken soup. This is also going to be on that soup sheet. And so some of these are going to be duplicated. Let me see if, chicken soup somewhere. It may not be on there. But different categories, you know, the categories will have the different, see, like here, the beef and vegetable soup, the ham, see, that's going to be under the pork. That's going to be under the beef. But, so here's, if I've got chicken I need to use, I'm just going to kind of glance here and say, yeah, there's something I can pick from there. And then over here is beef, not ground beef, everything else, the other beef. And so there we go on that. And then over here we got pork, velvet pork chops. That is a recipe that I found online. That's the name of it. It doesn't have anything to do with the way you cook it. I don't think it's just the name. Whoever wrote the recipe, that's their name for it. So that's why I call it that, because I didn't write the recipe, somebody else did. But then we've got all these different pork dishes, you know. And then over here I've got fish. We do like fish. Shrimp, anything shrimp. I need to take this off. My daughter is allergic to shrimp, so I can't have shrimp in the house, because if I have shrimp in the house, she's going to eat it. And then she swells up and her throat closes up, and we just can't have that. Okay, now that's, you know, that's all that is an ongoing process. It just, it changes all the time. And over here, this is a whole section of freezer cooking. So, and this is kind of the steps to go along freezer cooking, meal planning, freezer meals, and we'll get into this. This is level 1 of freezer cooking, level 2 planned leftovers, and we've got level 3 cooking with fast ingredients. 3, that's 4, can't count. Tools and techniques, and really good, useful, and all. When I get on the freezer cooking and cooking in bulk, I'll link the website where I got these sheets from. But this is all kind of an overview of what we're looking for in our meal planning. So when I meal plan, this is, you know, like sometimes I'll put my meal plan. I've got my calendar here and I'm making out my meal plan for the week. This is what I'm looking at. And when I say, let me go look at my list, I'm going back to look at this to see and compare it to what I've got in my freezer, refrigerator, and what I want to make that week. So I refer back to this to help me with my weekly meal plans. Well, there is a first video in this new series of meal planning and how I get started and what I do, and we'll just no particular time frame. I might do one once or twice a month, the video in this particular series, but that's video 1 in this meal planning and freezer cooking series. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.